Guruve Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, on Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, our Shiksha Gurus, Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Gosai Maharaj, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Hare Krishna, bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Thank you for coming. So, Jagadamba Didi, who should we worship? Who is the best person to worship? Who is the highest? This is very difficult even to understand by reading scriptures. Because scripture is written for three different type of persons. Those in Sattvagun, those in Rajagun, and those in Tamagun. Understand? Right? If everyone's in Tamagun and you preach to them, give up alcohol, give up meat eating, they will walk out the door, no interest. Right? Because they have a different nature. So scripture also, there should be something for them. Right? Everyone should have some chance, no matter where they are, to advance to the next level. So Krishna nicely understands this more than anyone. Therefore he also given different type of scriptures, different type of mentalities. Right? So everyone, no matter what their position, can follow something and go up. We cannot go to the first grade children and say, you are all idiots, you cannot even read and write. They're now in that level. So, some people become confused. Some scriptures say Vishnu is the highest. Some scriptures say Indra, Ganesh, who else? Brahma. That is the best worship. And some say, no, Shankar is the best. The worship of ghosts and spirits is the best. Many people say many different things. So one time, all the sages gathered together at Namasaranya. They were performing on the bank of the Saraswati. Now Saraswati is not there. But they were doing a big Vedic yagya. Then some discussion came. Who is the best? So Bhrigu, he's one of the mentally born sons of Brahma, Bhrigu Rishi. He said, I will do research. I will find out. So he went to visit his father, because he comes from the mind of Brahma. So Brahma is his father. So when Bhrigu came to his father, then, do you want to move this plant? I can't see your father. Just push the plant. No, stay there, he will just push the plant. Okay, take it. So he went to visit his father, Lord Brahma. Then Bhrigu, when you see father, and Brahma is more than just father, he's also guru, Adi Guru. But when he went to see his father, he not did pranam, nothing. So Brahma became very angry. Who is this fellow, disciple, son, very proud? So Brahma became very angry. But Brahma also a great personality, so he controlled his anger. We all know how that feels. Where's Yadu? Why is he coming 2 hours late? He said he'd get the first train in the morning. But then we control ourselves. Wow, that's Yadu. By experience and knowledge, we control anger. But Bhrigu could see, no, he have anger. Rajagun is there. No. So he cannot be the worshipful deity of the world. Then he went to visit his brother, Shiva. Because some say when Brahma was angry, in the beginning of creation he made 4 sons, the Kumaras. He said, marry, you boys should marry. Then they asked, Father, what's the goal of life? Goal of life is Hari Bhajan. Then if we marry, then we won't have time for Hari Bhajan. We'll have to work, we'll have to pay the rent, We'll have to do this and that. We'll have no time. So, Father, we will not accept your order. Then Brahma became very angry. And so angry, from his forehead came anger, that is Shankar. Scriptures describe like that also, because Brahma created everything. So he also created Shankar also. So Shankar and Bhrigu are brothers. But transcendentally speaking, Shiva is in a higher position than Brahma. You have more renunciation, more everything. So, when Bhrigu went to see Shankar, Shankar went to embrace him because, brother. But Bhrigu went, oh my God, don't touch me. Crazy fellow, look at you. Some snakes, some tiger skin, no bath, smoking ganja, datura, some snakes here, here. Don't touch me, because Bhrigu is Brahman, high-class Brahman, Vedic Brahman, and Shankar is Avadut. Shankar not follow anything. He is on a higher level. So when he went to embrace Bhrigu, Bhrigu went, oh my God, don't touch me, please. Take a bath. Put some tilak. Do something. No. So when Bhrigu went to Mount Kailash, Shiva stood up and went to embrace. Bhrigu said, no, you are a deviant. Because taking ganja, bhang, everything. Shiva became angry, his eyes became red. He took his, Trisul? Went to kill him because so angry. Because Shankar is the destroyer, so I'll destroy you first. That time Parvati said, no, you can't kill him. He is your younger brother, like son. He is Brahmin also. You cannot kill him. So Shankar controlled himself. But Bhrigu saw, he have tamagun, too much tama, because he want to kill me for some little insult. He cannot be the best deity. So he did pranam and left. He thought, let me visit the third of the Trimurti, Vishnu. So where is Vishnu? Vishnu have his own lok, his own planet, Prapanchik Vaikunta. Many names it has. Vishnu lok, they say. Swetadweep. Many names for Lord Vishnu's transcendental abode in this universe. So Bhrigu went there. And Vishnu always sleeping in Yogamaya, in Nidra. And why? He meditate on his own self. And he feels so much pleasure. He feels more pleasure inside himself than the world, so he never look at anything. And Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, massaging his feet. So when Bhrigu came to Vishnu Lok, then the rule, if some great person comes, you should stand up. Some guest comes, you should stand up. But Vishnu had his eyes closed. So Bhrigu came. My God, he said to Lord Vishnu, what type of guy are you? I come visiting your house, you just sleeping? This is disrespect. So Bhrigu, not only insult, he went and kicked Lord Vishnu in the chest. This is great insult, especially in front of your wife. Like they say, if you kick someone's face, you kick sand in someone's face at the beach, how big insult. So in front of someone's own wife, you kick him in the chest, no greater insult than that. So Vishnu stood up, and what did he do? Oh, Brahman Devata, Swagatam, welcome. No? Your feet are very soft, and my chest is like granite, so hard. Many, many demons tried to kill me with many weapons. No, you see on Mahabharata, how many weapons they threw at Krishna. How many Brahmastras, Agnastras, water weapons, mountain weapons, sun weapons, moon weapons, but nothing for Krishna. So Vishnu said, my chest is very hard, like granite. Many demons tried to pierce my chest and kill me. They could not even scratch my skin. Oh Brahman, and your foot is very soft like lotus. When you kicked me, you must have felt so much pain. You know this story, Lavandi Krishna? You know this story? So Vishnu, he bent down and began massaging the feet of Bhrigu. Oh, your feet must have felt so much pain. He began massaging. Then Bhrigu saw this. What is this character? So his heart fully melting. Let me hear properly what Vishnu says. No? Welcome, Brahman. Please sit on this chair and rest. Forgive us, dear master, for not noticing your arrival. Please purify me with the dust of your lotus foot. Why? Inside me is the entire creation. This creation needs purifying. So by the dust of your lotus feet you purify me and the entire creation. Even though I am the goddess of fortune, the shelter of the goddess of fortune, still I feel greatly blessed by having the dust of your lotus feet upon my body. When Bhrigu heard this, his heart fully melted. That you see on any deity of Vishnu, there's always a little footprint. Whose footprint is that? Yadu? Bhrigu's footprint. No? So, he wept. Bhrigu bitterly wept when his heart melted. Oh. So overwhelmed with ecstasy, he remained silent with tears pouring from his eyes. Bhrigu went back to all the other sadhus and explained, Vishnu is the topmost worshipful deity. Only he has no pride. No pride at all. So, hearing this katha from Bhrigu, everyone also had their doubts removed. They became convinced that Vishnu is the greatest deity. Therefore, from Vishnu come these qualities: peace, fearlessness, dharma, detachment, all mystic powers, and his glorification, his name, form, qualities and pastimes purify the heart. He is the supreme destination for those who are peaceful and equal to everyone. That form of Lord Vishnu is made of pure goodness. Right? This world, everything is made of sattva, raja, or tama. But Vishnu's body is made of Vishuddha sattva, pure transcendental goodness. Right, Jessica? Got it? No sattva, no raja, no tama in Vishnu. Those who have perfect spiritual intelligence worship him. Okay. So, Krishna, okay, so hang on. So everyone came to the same conclusion. They all began to render service to the feet of Lord Vishnu. Okay, so these topics of Krishna destroy all fear, all contamination in the heart. So one day, Sukadeva Goswami told this story. What is the relation between Vishnu and Krishna? People have doubt, right? Most people think, who is Krishna? Okay, Jessica? Hey, Maya. Shh, don't disturb. Last night you were very good. What happened to you today? You become like monkey. Okay, so be quiet. Just half an hour. So, many people confusion, who is Vishnu, who is Krishna? Many people. Most people believe, oh yes, Krishna is incarnation of Vishnu. Most people think. So what is the real truth? Here Sukadeva Goswami explains in Bhagavad Purana. Krishna spent 11 years, 8 months in Vrindavan, 12 years in Vrindavan. Some say 17 years in Mathura and 125 years in Dwarka. These 3 places. Brajpuri, Mathurapuri, Dwarkapuri. So, Krishna spent 17 years in Dwarka, but the demon Jarasandha was always attacking. So Krishna transferred everyone to Mathura, from Mathura to Dwarka. When everyone woke up in the morning, where were they? Dwarka. So Krishna stayed there many years. Krishna not became king, but Ugrasen, the father of Kamsa, he made him king. And Krishna and Balaram, like ordinary, pretending like we are servants of Ugrasen. So in that city was many Brahmanas, because Go Brahmanya Hitayacha. Krishna have some qualities, special qualities. Krishna is so much affectionate to the Brahmanas, so much affectionate to the cows. Brahman means Vaishnav, because only Vaishnav is perfect Brahman. When Brahman is on the purified stage, then he comes to the level of Vaishnav. So, one Brahman, his good wife had a baby, and that baby died, expired. We call akal mrityu, untimely death. So this Brahman became very sad, very unhappy, and taking the dead body of his son, okay, no good story for babies anyway. So, and he put the baby on the door of Ugrasen's palace, because they believe any problem in the city, in the country, who's to blame? King. Why England's suffering so much? Just have a little look at the leadership. Boris Johnson, meat eater, alcoholic, womanizer. No offense, but so how the country will be peaceful? When Lord Ram was in charge of Ayodhya, 16,000, there was no premature death, no disease, no famine, no type of thievery, no cheating. By the influence of Lord Ram, everyone followed nicely, because leader is perfect. Not like head has some problem, like someone is crazy, head have problem, whole body have problem. No, so the head of society, the king, have too much responsibility. No. When Yudhisthira Maharaj was king, there was also no cheating, no famine, no disease, no premature death, nothing. Because king was perfect. So any problem anyone had, whose fault? King. So this Brahmin took the dead body of his son, put there in the gate, and began to abuse Ugrasen, the king inside. What he said? Brahman Dvisha, this king is envious of the Brahmanas. No? He is Satadiyo. He is duplicitous, enemy of the Brahmins, greedy, unqualified, ruler. He cannot control his senses at all. The king has caused the death of my son by his sinful activities. You can imagine. Abusing. The citizens who serve such a wicked king can never find peace or prosperity. No. Who cannot control his senses causes everyone else. Right? Imagine Australia. The ex-Prime Minister of Australia, Bob Hawke, remember him? He was in the Guinness Book of Records for beer drinking. Guinness Book of Records. What's that big glass? Is it called a yard glass? He could drink one in like 3 seconds, and he was in the Guinness Book of Records. That's why all Australians voted for him as the Prime Minister. True story. I kid you not. So you could imagine what the citizens are like when the leader's like that. So anyway, the Brahmin abused Ugrasen and left. The next time that Brahmin had a son also expired, and the same thing happened. The Brahmin, very angry, came and abused Ugrasen. Again and again and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th son also expired. And the Brahmin again went and began abusing the king. This time, Arjuna was there, listening from the window with Krishna. Arjuna asked to the Brahmin, because before the kings would protect the Brahmanas. My dear Brahman, said Arjuna, I am a lowly servant of the Brahmanas. I am a Kshatriya. What is your distress? Do not fear. I promise I will give protection to you. Do you see this bow? The Gandiva. I vow by this bow, I will remove your problem. I will protect your son. Arjuna said, that kingdom where the Brahmanas are not satisfied, where the tears of the Brahmanas fall on the ground, that kingdom is destroyed. So, do not worry, Brahman. I will protect your good wife who is in so much distress. if I fail to protect your next son, I will commit suicide by entering fire. Right? Before people took their vows so seriously. You know? So the Brahmin laughed. Come on, man, who are you? Brahmin knows tattva. So the Brahmin said, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Sankarshan, Vasudev himself, Krishna himself, could not protect my son. And what you're going to do? You're just a human being. Right? Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. This is called the Chatuvyuha. This 4 is all Vishnu Tattva. They're all the same, almost. Speaking pretty much, they're the same. Om Puna Punamida Puna Punasyudachati. No matter how many complete wholes come from the complete whole remains complete whole. Habla en español. Very difficult to translate that one. Means Krishna, he manifests in a second body, Balaram. Balaram and Krishna, same potency, same strength. Balaram manifest. Anyway, Krishna's son then is Aniruddha. Pradyumna, from the womb of Rukmini. Pradyumna and Krishna and Balaram, same potency. And Pradyumna's son Aniruddha, same. You know, these 4 is like one soul. But Krishna does not become less. You know, like a candle, make many candles. Each candle have same power as original. So Brahman said, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha could not protect my son. What you will do? Then Arjuna, you can imagine. What? Sri Arjuna Vacha, Naham Sankarshano Brahman. Na Krishna Kashna Eva Chaham. Va Arjuna Namaha Gandiva Yasya Vaidanu. I am not Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. I am number 1. I am Arjuna. I carry the Gandiva bow. I am not like these guys. Arjuna, no, chapter is like that. I am not these guys. I am me. No. Do not doubt me. Do not criticize me, Brahman. Do not minimize me. I satisfied even Lord Shiva in battle. Right? Mahabharat, here we go there. Something for Asim. Arjuna wanted celestial weapons. So he was doing meditation, austerities. Then one demon, pig, came. Now, what was his name? Can you remember? One demon came, disguised as pig. He went to attack Arjuna, who was meditating. Then Arjuna said, "You rascal pig! How dare you attack me when I am in meditation? Also, this is pure and holy place. Pigs are not allowed. So take your bacon and nick off." Then pig became angry. He attacked Arjuna, took his weapons, and fired an arrow into the pig. At the same time, one hunter, very dark complexion, with his wife, he also fired an arrow at the pig. You know the story? No, you've forgotten it. So one pig, 2 arrows, one from Shankar, one from Arjuna, hit the pig at the same time. Actually, Arjuna was worshipping Shiva because Shiva is Mahadev, the best of the devas. So he thought, if I get Shankar's mercy, everyone's mercy will come in line. So Arjuna said, "I have killed the demon." Shankar said, "No, I have killed the demon. My arrow struck first. My arrow struck first." "Ah, yeah? Yeah, who are you? I'll tell you who I am." They began fighting. Arjuna shot all his weapons, no effect on the hunter. Arjuna took his sword, cracked it in his head, the sword, no effect on the hunter. So Arjuna and the hunter began fighting hand to hand, wrestling to the death. But this hunter's blows were like thunderbolts, so powerful. Arjuna felt so much pain, but he not gave up fight. "I will die, but I will not give up." But Arjuna felt his strength going, and the blows from the hunter were so powerful. So Arjuna said, "Who is this guy?" So he said to the hunter, "1 minute, please." These are 10-minute rounds. So he ran, made a little deity of Shiva out of the mud, put some little flower garland on. "Om Namah Shiva. Oh Shankar, please help me. I come for your mercy. Please save me." That time he looked, and the hunter had the same garland around his neck that Arjuna put on his deity. Then Arjuna could realize, this is Shankar. So he fell at the feet of Shiva. Please forgive me. Shiva said, forgive you. I'm very satisfied by you. You not gave up. You not became afraid. You not ran away. So I give you my blessing. What you want? Give me your ultimate weapon. What's it? The Pashupad Astra. Give me your ultimate weapon. Shankar said, take it. So kind. So Arjuna said, you know me? I satisfied even Shiva in battle. Don't minimize me. Don't criticize me. Don't doubt me. No? I vow, I will fight even Yamaraj. I will fight death himself, but I promise to save your son. If I cannot, I will commit suicide. I will burn myself to death. The Brahmin was happy. Right? Arjuna gave his promise. So the Brahmin went home. The Brahmana's good wife again became pregnant. Child number 10. So just before the birth, the Brahmin went to Arjuna, please save my son. Protect him. So Arjuna did Achamam. He went there. No? And he built a network of arrows, like a cage of arrows around the house of the Brahmin. Not even a mosquito could enter. Arjuna strung his bow, all weapons ready. Who will come and try to take the son of this Brahmin? So, the house was covered up, down, sideways, all 10 directions. The Brahmana's wife gave birth to the child, but what happened? Child not only expired, but the body of the baby also disappeared. Now, before only the child died, but now child died and body disappeared. So the Brahmin he chastised Arjuna. This is what happens when you put faith in a eunuch. Understand, Jagadama? Eunuch? Understand?
Is that like a man
A transgender.
Man who dresses like a woman.
Who's not a man, but only outside look like a man. In these days of political correctness, one must be very careful. So this is what happens when you put faith in a eunuch. When neither Pradyumna, Sankarsana, Aniruddha or Vasudev can protect, who can protect? No. To hell with that Arjuna. He is a false guy, a liar, a cheater, and a eunuch. To hell with his Gandiva bow, which has no use. He is so deluded, he thought he could save that person who even Bhagavan could not save. So, the Brahmin began abusing Arjuna again and again and again. So Arjuna said, just wait a minute. So by his mystic power, he went to the abode of Yamaraj, because everyone who dies goes there. But the boy was not there. No. He could not find the boy there, so he went all over the universe by his mystic powers. Mahalok, Janalok, Tapal, Lalokalok mountains, everywhere he went. But no matter where he went, what happened, Maya, then? Why are you not listening tonight? No matter where he went, he could not find the child. So, Arjuna made a big fire. And with his bow, he was just about to enter fire and kill himself, commit suicide, when Krishna took the hand of Arjuna. Wait, come with me. I will show you where is the son of the Brahmin. Those persons who are now criticizing you, afterwards will glorify you. You come with me. So Krishna immediately meditated on his chariot, which came with 4 horses. I think they have blue ears, Krishna's 4 horses. And guy on mounting that chariot, who is driving? Doesn't say who was driving. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay. So as they went up to the top of the universe. So the edge of the universe, there is full darkness. The sun does not shine there. Some mountains are there and they keep the sunlight here in this creation. So that is called past the lokalok. Right? They pierced that darkness. Then they pierced the 8 coverings of the universe: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ahankar. They came to the edge of the universe. There was a huge blinding effulgence. What is that effulgence? The Brahmajyoti, where the jnanis and the demons who are killed by Bhagavan go there. So this darkness is the pradhan, unmanifest material nature. That is beyond all the universes. So dark, primeval. So dark, Krishna sent his Sudarshan Chakra to illuminate the way, and Krishna's chariot followed his own Sudarshan Chakra. Then they came to a huge ocean. Which ocean is that? The Karan ocean, the causal ocean, right? All the universes floating on that ocean. And who's in the middle of the ocean? Vishnu. Which Vishnu? There are 3 Vishnus: Karandaksai, Garbhadaksai, and Kiradaksai. Mahavishnu, they say. So in the middle of this ocean, you could imagine huge waves, the causal ocean. So huge wind. Within the middle of that ocean was a palace. Right? Its beauty was astonishing. Arjuna had never seen like this. Thousands of pillars with so many jewels. In that palace was the huge, enormous Anantashesh. From his heads, thousands and thousands of jewels were there. Thousands of heads, each head had some jewel. So much effulgence was coming from those jewels. So each jewel would reflect in the eyes of the other heads. So thousands, it seemed like thousands and thousands of jewels. That Anantashesh is white. He resembled Mount Kailash. And his tongue and neck was blue. And lying on the middle of Anantashesh was who? Karandaksai Vishnu, Mahavishnu. We can hear something about him. Arjuna saw the omnipresent and omnipotent Supreme Lord Mahavishnu. Have you heard of Mahavishnu before, Jessica? Right. The universes come from the pores of his skin when he breathes out. Creation. Dissolution. He destroys the entire creation by breathing. That's how powerful he is. No? He was dark blue, lying on the bed of Anantashesh, because snakes are very cool, very soft too. No? He wore beautiful yellow garlands. His face looked charming. His eyes were like a lotus. He had 8 hands, which were very strong, like a snake. Fat here, thin here. He had so much hair, long hair, and very black. He wore the Kaustuba jewel on his head, and what mark on his chest? Kunja? Srivats. He had a garland of forest flowers on his neck. Serving him, he was surrounded by Sunanda, Nanda, the 4 Kumaras, others, Garuda. All his weapons, Sankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma, right? Conch, disc, club, lotus flower, were in human-like forms, personified forms, doing some seva, fanning, bringing some glass of water, singing some Ved Stuti. He had his 16 potencies, right? Pushti, Nil, what are the other ones? Sri, Aishwarya, Icha. So many Shaktis he has, right? They were all there, along with all the mystic perfections, all doing seva to Mahavishnu. Krishna came with Arjuna. They got off their chariot. Krishna bowed to himself. Because Krishna behaving like human. So Krishna, any human sees some huge Mahavishnu, what they do? So Krishna bowed to himself in the form of Mahavishnu. And Arjuna also bowed. You can imagine Krishna was like this and Mahavishnu was like that. So, as Krishna and Arjuna stood like this before Mahavishnu, then Mahavishnu spoke to them. And what did Mahavishnu say? Oh, right? Mahavishnu said, I stole the sons of the Brahmanas. It was me. No? Why? Mahavishnu said, I want to see you. I want to see you, Krishna. For that reason I did the sinful act of stealing Brahmanas. No? So, question comes, why Mahavishnu wants to see Krishna? Mahavishnu, it already said Mahavishnu knows and sees everything. But that means he cannot see Krishna while Krishna is in Dwarka. So Dwarka is a higher tattva than even the planet of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu cannot see what's happening in Braj, what's happening in Dwarka, what's happening in Mathura. No? So even though Vishnu is said all-pervading, still he doesn't know what's going on in Dwarka. What's Krishna doing there? He cannot know. Also, why Mahavishnu wants to see Krishna? That means Krishna has some very special beauty that even Lord Vishnu becomes desirous of seeing. Understand, Jagadamba? Krishna is so beautiful, even Vishnu feels, I want to see, I want to serve that beauty. So Krishna has some excellent things which even Mahavishnu does not have. Otherwise, why Mahavishnu have greed? To see him. So, also to kill sons of Brahman is very bad activity. This is very sinful. But Lord Vishnu don't mind, because sometimes you have to do something for seva. So he performed. He doesn't mind getting the bad reputation of killing the sons of Brahmanas just so he can have darshan of Lord Krishna. So, Mahavishnu said, I have done this. No? So Mahavishnu returned the 9 sons of the Brahman, and Vishnu became very satisfied by his darshan of Krishna. So having seen the abode of Mahavishnu, imagine, Arjuna was completely amazed. He also became amazed at who is my friend Krishna. Even Mahavishnu do pranam, even Mahavishnu want to serve him. Even Mahavishnu feel lucky, I got the darshan of Krishna. No? So Arjuna became, let's hear, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes a little bit what Arjuna was thinking. Astonished to see the extraordinary opulence of Mahavishnu, Arjuna said, just see, even though I am just a human being, by Krishna's mercy, I am seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahavishnu. Right? Then, the next minute, Arjuna thought, but why would the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahavishnu, steal the sons of a Brahman just to see my friend Krishna? Why would the Supreme Personality of Godhead hanker to see his own expansion? Right? Arjuna also little thinking. Krishna come from Mahavishnu. Perhaps this is just some independent desire of Mahavishnu. But Mahavishnu said what? Dudikshuna instead of Driksata. What does that mean? That means he has always, Mahavishnu said, I wanted to see one time. No. Mahavishnu said, I always want to see. That means this was not some temporary desire of Mahavishnu, because he always wants to see. This means this is the permanent desire of Mahavishnu. Still awake, Yadu? Don't go into a mystic yoga sleep with Mahavishnu. It is concluded that Mahavishnu always desires to see Krishna. No? Then Arjuna thinking more, but why couldn't Mahavishnu see Krishna in Dwarka? After all, Mahavishnu is all-pervading, the creator of everything. He holds the entire creation like a little fruit in his hand, Amalaki fruit. Easy for him to see. It must be that even Mahavishnu cannot see Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka. It must be. Because Krishna does not allow anyone to see him without his personal desire, without his sanction. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samanvita. Krishna says, I am not revealed to everyone. I remain covered by my own yogamaya potency. So the conclusion is, even Mahavishnu cannot see Krishna without Krishna's blessing, without Krishna's desire. No? So Arjuna thinking all this. Well, maybe Mahavishnu does not have the power to see Krishna, but still every year when Mahavishnu came to Dwarka to steal the children, he must have seen then, right? 9 years, 9 babies. Mahavishnu must have gone 9 times. No? So how is it possible even Mahavishnu came to Dwarka but still couldn't see? After all, in Dwarka, everyone sees Krishna. The rickshaw wallahs, the sweet shop guys, the street cleaners. These guys see Krishna every day, right? Just when Krishna moved, there's 16,108 palaces. And Krishna is in each palace, 16,108 Krishnas. So even the guys who come to collect the garbage, the window cleaners, right? The street sweepers, they would see Krishna every day without any difficulty at all. So how is it possible that even the betel nut sellers, the oil sellers, the street sweepers, they see Krishna every day? But how is it possible that when Mahavishnu comes 9 times, he could not see? It must be that Mahavishnu could not see because Krishna did not want him to see. Right? This is Krishna's Yoga Maya. No? When Krishna wants, even Balaram cannot know what Krishna is doing. When Krishna wants. Right? Like when Brahma came and stole the boys and the calves. We spoke in your house, remember? When Brahma stole the boys and calves. No? Then Krishna became new boys and calves from his own body. And 1 year this happened. Even Balaram didn't know what was happening for 1 year. So when Krishna wants, even Balaram, the first expansion, he does not know. When Krishna wants, even Radharani doesn't know. When Krishna wants, right? Sometimes Krishna comes disguised. Radharani is angry at Krishna. I don't want to see him, that black fellow. I don't want to see him. I don't want to smell him. I don't want to think of him. Out of sight, out of mind. So Krishna comes in disguise. Many disguises Krishna has. Sometimes he comes as massage woman. This is a very bad job, massage lady. Krishna comes disguised. Sometimes he comes disguised as bangle sellers. Have you seen them? Indian lady wear these bangles, they're very tight. So the lady who sells the bangles, they expert at, pushing the bangle onto the hand. So Krishna comes disguised as bangle seller, catching Radharani's hand, pushing the bangle. Then Radharani understands this is no bangle seller because she knows the touch of Krishna. So Krishna have many disguises. It means when Krishna wants, even Radharani doesn't know. And she is the original Yogamaya. Anyway, so what Krishna wants, that will happen. When Krishna doesn't want to know himself, he can also cover himself. He forgets I'm Bhagavan and thinks, I'm the beloved of Radhika. I'm the son of Nanda Maharaj. So Madhusudana Maharaj says, no, if Yogamaya wanted, she could become Bhagavan. He says. Yogamaya could cover Krishna, forget everything, and Yogamaya could become Bhagavan. If she wants. But Krishna has so much faith in his own Antaranga Shakti. His own internal potencies never go against me, never. We can go against because we are Tatastha. So we have some chance to go against Krishna. But Krishna's own Sarup Shakti never does. Radharani, Yoga Maya, all these things. So, why even Mahavishnu could not see? It must be Krishna didn't want him to see. Krishna not give permission. So even Mahavishnu cannot see Krishna without his grace. No? Also, why would Mahavishnu, who is very kind, who is the friend of all Brahmanas, he's the father of the entire creation, why would Mahavishnu torture a Brahman not just 1 time or 2 times, but 9 times? Again and again and again and again. 9 times he did the horrible act of killing the son of a Brahmin. No? Even this world, right? If someone kills 9 children, everyone, no, he's a good guy, give him a second chance now. Everyone will demand the death sentence. Even in the jails, the other criminals who are also murderers and rapists, these type of persons who kill children, they apparently beat them to death. So this is the lowest activity, killing children, right? Especially children of Brahman. How is it possible that Mahavishnu, the embodiment of religion, sorry, not anyway, I thought it was funny. Mahavishnu, the embodiment of religion, who always do everything for the benefit of the Brahmanas, would do such a terrible activity as to kill children 9 times in a row. He must have perpetrated this most terrible activity because he had such a strong desire to see Krishna. Mahavishnu could have sent some servant to do all these activities to kill the children, but he didn't. Why did he have to come personally? He could have sent some servant. It must be that he could not steal the children out of the city of Dwarka by the potency of some servant. He had to do it personally. Only Mahavishnu personally could achieve this activity, therefore he not even sent any servant. Okay, I can understand that he gave so much distress to the Brahmana, because he knew that Krishna would not tolerate this. No. He would then come and give Lord Mahavishnu his darshan. Thus, it is clear by all these points that Krishna is in a superior position even to Mahavishnu. Arjuna could understand. Arjuna then became amazed. Then Arjuna checked with Krishna. Arjuna said, yeah, that's what happened. Because Krishna is Arjuna's guru. So some doubt, Didi one time said, full faith in Guru means you can ask anything. That means full faith. No? So, Krishna explained to Arjuna, it was to see me only that the Supreme Soul, Mahavishnu, stole the children from the Brahman. Mahavishnu knew, only for the sake of the Brahman will Krishna come and see me. So, Krishna told more things to Arjuna. I did not come here to the abode of Mahavishnu for the sake of this Brahman. I came here, Arjuna, for your sake. Right? Even a Brahman who is not devotee, not so dear to Bhagavan. No? What is it? Prahlad Maharaj said, no. Oh, what is it? Prahlad Maharaj. Anyway, Nrsingadev said to Prahlad, no? Anyway, a Brahman who is not devotee, he is not dear to me. But a dog eater, of even a very low person who does my bhajan, he is very dear to me. I forget the verse in Sanskrit, but that is that. No. So Krishna said to Arjuna, I not came here for the Brahman. I came here because you were going to commit suicide. For that reason I came. So imagine how Arjuna felt. No, I did not come here for the sake of the Brahman. I went there to Vishnu Lok just to save your life. If it had been for the Brahmana's sake that I traveled to Vaikuntha, I would have gone after the first child, right? But I didn't. I only went when you became involved. The reason I went after the 9th child was saved because of your promise to save the child. Therefore, my coming here was not out of obligation to the Brahman, it was out of obligation to my devotee, Arjuna. No. So, hearing all this directly from Krishna's mouth, Arjuna could understand whatever opulence anyone possesses in the creation, this is only because of Krishna's mercy. Okay, you guys should remember this. Nice history. This is a direct proof. Bhagavad Gita also another proof. No? When Arjuna prayed to see the Virat, the Vishwarup, the Virat Rup, no? Universal form of Krishna. Then Krishna said, I will give you divine vision by which you can see this form of mine. So, when Krishna showed the universal form, thousands of heads, thousands of eyes, thousands of arms, no beginning, no middle, no end, this is actually the form of Kirdaksai Vishnu. Kirdaksai. What Arjuna saw in Kurukshetra is Kirdaksai Vishnu. But when Arjuna saw that form of Kirdaksai Vishnu, he was not happy. So then Krishna showed his four-handed Vishnu form. Four-handed Vishnu form means Narayan Sarup, Vishnu Sarup. Arjuna still was not happy seeing the four-handed form. I want to see that two-handed form, which is very sweet, very dear. Then Krishna came back to his original form. So Bhagavad Gita is also another proof that two-handed Krishna is the source of four-handed Vishnu. What to speak of any other form in the creation. Understand, mother? So don't think Krishna has two hands, he is human, and Narayan has four hands, therefore he is God. No, the two-handed form of Krishna is the original form of all other forms, all other incarnations. So, Arjuna saw all this, he understood whatever anyone has in this world, whatever position, whatever power, this is only by the mercy of Krishna. No? Even Mahavishnu's position, this also by the mercy of Krishna. And thinking this, Arjuna became amazed. My friend's God. He understood. No? So, Krishna did perform many activities like this. And apparently he enjoyed life like a normal human being. It says here. No? Krishna also did activities like performing sacrifices, giving charity, meditation, fighting with his wives, no? Politics. These all things Krishna did like a normal human being, but he is not a normal human being. So Krishna at all times displayed his opulence, his superiority. No? He was always donating everything to the Brahmanas. He fulfilled the desires of everyone, just like Indra pours rain upon the citizens. So, and what Krishna did not do personally, he did through his arms, like Arjuna and Yudhisthira, Bhimsen, and the other devotees. Okay, any questions? Jessica, ready to surrender? Huh? One-way ticket. Forget this whole thing, mukti and these yogic powers and enjoyment in this world. Forget all those things. And try to understand. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Parasada Pasyanti Surya Divya Chakshu Satatam. Even the demigods all watch towards Krishna in the Supreme Abode. There's nothing higher than that, Jessica. There's nothing higher than his service. Don't be bewildered. Don't be cheated. Understand there is nothing higher than his service. Go Premanandi. What time did you come here? 12:30. A little after, I think. Any questions, Shiva? All doubt removed? Ready to become a Hare Krishna? Chant the holy name in ecstasy? Don't worry. Try to start reading, hearing more. These things very confidential. That's why this Bhagavatam is considered the essence of all Vedic scriptures. If all the Vedas are like a tree, this Bhagavatam like the fruit. Because it's so easy thing to understand. It's so clear, Bhagavatam, so clear. You read other scriptures, become bewildered because they're saying so many different things. But this is final conclusion. Like all the work of the tree, all the juice of the tree, all the vitamins, all the minerals, where it goes? In the fruit. If you lick the mango tree, no mango taste. Maharaj says, you lick the mango tree, just get splinters in the tongue. But all the sweetness of the mango tree is not in the tree. The sweetness of the tree is in the fruit. And this Nigama Kalpataro Galatam Phalam Sukha Mukad Amrita Dravita Samanam. This fruit of all the Vedic scriptures is this Bhagavatam. No scripture equal to it. No. One who tastes this Bhagavatam have no interest in any other scripture. No. So we should make some effort to try to taste it. Any questions? Jagadamba? Huh? Take care. Anything? Hare Krishna! Are you going to go home with your father? Before you go, try and do that form. Otherwise it's going to break me. We're just trying to fill in one form but it's Indian government form, so you need a PhD in electronics to work it out. It's not so easy. Right? I'm just thinking, even ordinary, we have some knowledge of like taking photos and uploading files, but the ordinary guy, no. Imagine you're some 80-year-old grandmother or something.
Yeah.
Poor Hindu Bhushan, he couldn't fill it out. That's why they wouldn't let him on the plane. My God, they make life so difficult for themselves, don't they? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gopamanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much.